Arpeggiating a chord is where you play the strings of it separately instead of all at the same time. You can use it to make a chord sequence sound more interesting, more complicated, or to add melodic elements. It should be noted that arpeggiated chords are not the same thing as chord arpeggios. Let's take a plain old A minor chord. Normally you would just strum this all together, like this. The most simple way to arpeggiate it is to just play the notes one at a time from low to high. But we could do a lot more than that. We could play the notes in a completely different order and make up patterns. Or you can make it really complicated. You could start incorporating a melody and mixing in notes from other chords as well. So, to give you some inspiration and something to practice, we're going to look at 5 songs that use chord arpeggios. I'm not going to go into too much detail about the specifics of how to play them. I'd rather you go off and research how to play the songs yourselves. I've arranged them in the order of what I consider easiest to most difficult. Everybody Hurts uses a simple arpeggio that just goes up and down the chord shape. Start on the root and then move up and down the top 3 strings. The song later uses this same pattern with E minor and A major chords. Make sure to let the strings ring out after you play them. Runty just uses the bottom 3 strings of the guitar. To get the right feel, you need to slide smoothly between the G and A shapes. More Than a Feeling adds embellishments to standard chord shapes. For example, on the D chord you add your little finger to turn it into a D suspended 4th. It's important to think about which fingers you're using to move between the different chords. We're getting a bit more complicated here because this one requires you to think more about what your picking hand is doing. The riff is based around an A minor chord which you embellish by adding or removing fingers as needed. But it's the fast picking pattern that really makes the song sound the way it does. As the song goes on, it does a similar pattern with E minor and C major chords. This Smashing Pumpkins song requires a lot of coordination between both hands. Also, it uses very non-standard chord shapes higher up the neck. However, notice that it's using almost the same chord shape the whole way through, just sliding it up and down, apart from a slight variation on the G.